Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our 2MK bot checkup for Season 3.5. This is Kanzuki Dynasty, and I have with me...
Just fine.
And today we are going over a few more bots like we did on Wednesday. Today our set will be Minot, Boxer, and Sakura bots. And there are various changes to each of those characters. And so we will be checking that out now. First up in our list is Minotbot, who is more or less for learning the matchup. Let's see if I can make this sound a little bit better for everyone. There we are. And so Minot's had a few changes. In that some of her moves' inputs have actually changed, which is going to make life a little interesting in terms of being able to... well, the bot's going to need to change somehow to accommodate that. Although I don't know which inputs specifically, we get a chance to see how the bot is doing for the moment, and to what degree changes are necessary so we can prioritize it and such. So for Minot, the goals are to punish her slide and aerial drill with something other than a throw, and then otherwise to throw her when her orb is away, but obviously not after those. So right like that. Getting a lot more of this reflector now, it seems like, from what I remember. Presumably because a quarter input is no longer doing what it was once set up for. Since I'm relatively familiar with this bot on Korean, I'm actually going to switch over and try out Sakura, since I have not actually poked at her since the patch yet, really, either. And yes, it's not quite the Minot bot that I remember fighting back when we were first putting it out. We will obviously get to Sakura bot a little later in the stream, but I do want to check her out a little bit regardless. Now. Alright then.
So does the orb not return unless she causes it to do so now?
That has always been true. It's always been a command to bring the orb back. Same command that puts it out, actually. Except when you're returning it, you can cancel it out of literally everything she does.
I seem to recall on some knockdowns it, like, returning. But I might just be misremembering.
I don't know specifically. If I can manage to stop getting thrown. But she certainly throws a heck of a lot more than she probably ever did before. Oops. I'm just going to turn that off. The bot says that you should have your V meter on so you can do your punishes. Or sorry, your CA meter on so you can do your punishes, but I don't really need it. Eight hits. All right. One of the changes they made to Sakura is they made her her crouch medium punch work a little better for comboing into things. I don't know what it combos into yet. I haven't experimented with it much, but it didn't combo into things before, and that was a little unfortunate. Ouch. Ah, orb was not out. It can be a little difficult to tell when she's in V-trigger, although those orbs are a different color at very least. Okay. Can cancel it into Hadokens. I don't remember if that worked before or not, actually. But can I cancel it into any other buttons? Like, can I do the Cami thing? No. Out of range. Honestly, it's a little terrifying to have that off screen because you don't know how long you have before it's going to hit you on its way back. Aha, likely. Alright. Down the flight. And caught the throw. Caught. Range is going to be the trick on that one. I'm not sure. Well, possibly. It looks like the range on that particular combo is relatively close, so I suspect any pushback from whatever I would be punishing might make it difficult. Oh, there we go. That will do. Anyway, the other thing they did was make it so you can cancel her V skill out of things, but I'm not sure what I would cancel it out of. You can always cancel it out of a charged Hadouken. The real question is, can I cancel it out of an uncharged one? Darn it, I lose a point. Well, no, I don't lose a point, it's just don't get one. To lose a point, I think I would have to meaty her. Doesn't seem you can do it out of an uncharged one, so it's probably just normals, which is interesting. Well, I guess that was a thing. But it has to be like instant or whatever. It makes for a decent escape, I guess. Alright. Do you have new inputs or thoughts for us immediately then, Rillian? Alright. Okay. Medium punch and medium kick and heavy kick. Alright, then I'm going to need to tweak my controls a little to put that in. It can often be a good idea to adjust your controls however suits, so that even if it's not your normal thing, it's easier to put in bots. So let's see, we have medium punch, medium kick. It's just V first frame V crouch V skill. And to hiding a back into 6-2-3 medium kick, heavy kick. Alright, so I can just swap my medium and heavy kicks. Medium and light kicks. Oops. There we go. Alright then. Oh, alright. Well, that makes life easier. So, okay then. Crouch V skill into... Oh. Well, it does make it easier. Alright. First frame crouch V skill into Dragon... EX kick... into EX Dragon Spike... Cannon Spike... And that's that. Okay. To actually turn on inputs so that I can see if I did what I wanted to do. Since this input does have to be first frame. Now. That looks sort of okay. Alright then. Does it work? I'm not sure what it's supposed to do, but it does this. Is that what you expect then? No, I did it with punches instead of kicks. That makes more sense. Alright. There you go. I didn't get the down input, which might matter. Alright, let's try this. Down, forward. Perfect, assuming that is in fact first frame, which I can't tell from that, but... if I set this... It is first frame. Alright, we're good to go. Perfect. Alright, I'll put my controls back, and we can have a look at how that works. Yeah, I didn't expect I'd be able to do that. Alright then. Dang it. Part is once you start a throw, you're invincible. Ack. Well, this looks more like a bot than before a little bit. Oh, so I can do that in V-Trigger now, too. Alright then, I don't remember if I could do that before or not off the uncharged one. But, I certainly have more reason to actually use my fireballs in V-Trigger now. Oh, and I'm out of V-Trigger. sometimes the only way through her. Orb hack. So wait, did that work because it was a counter hit? Oh my gosh, it's almost long enough to react to. Alright then. Well, fine. Do you want any chances to try anything on this? Alright then. I thought it was a timing thing before when I was trying it. I was using the same rhythm, but... well, I guess I'll have to experiment more. In the meantime, we're going to see what Just Fine can do. Who do you want to play? You remember the scores? Alright. Throw her while the orb is away. Punish her slide and dive kick with something other than throw. And don't meaty her. And an interesting little property of this spot, once you're somewhat comfortable with her, we recommend that you give her a shot on this stage as well, simply because the coloration of the environment makes it a little more difficult to track her orb and such. So, it adds a little bit more challenge. I don't think you can manage to parry that on its way out. You'd have to react to it, and it's too fast for that. Besides, you'll never get your points for throwing her if you don't actually get up.
That's good to know. See, Bison does have one solution to the orb being right on top of him. EX Head Stomp has some projectile invincibility.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's the only reason why Bison can manage to survive the Dhalsim matchup.
I see. Do you get it right away then?
What do you mean?
Is it in the first trains leaving the ground?
I'm not completely sure, but Minot would have to essentially react to you doing the EX. I'm talking about situations where you might see, like, when Goichi is going against, like, Knuckle-Doo or Daigo, and he'll just have the orb sit on top of them and they'll be crouch blocking the whole time. Bison's solution to that is
I see.
that.
Well, alright then.
It's not a perfect tool by any means, but it certainly does help. And honestly, while EX Scissor Kick is a useful use of meter in this matchup, depending on the player style, you're not going to get as much use out of EX Inferno except in combos. And Psycho Burst isn't that useful against Minot, especially when she has her V-Trigger up or available. It does help you, like, get a little breathing room against it, but EX Head Stomp would also work in that situation as well, because again, if it's projectile invincible, you don't have to worry about the orbs surrounding her so much.
I see.
I'm not sure how long the projectile invincibility lasts. It's never come up in any other matchup, and I don't have too much Minot experience. But that is my initial way of thinking about it. See, that entire thing just stopped being a problem. But footsies, range-wise, as Bison, I probably want to be staying close enough that I can do that. Since otherwise, Minot doesn't really have that much reason to worry about
Well, that is good. Yes, I'm surprised. That was very convenient. There's almost nothing to do. And it's not a difficult input either, so anyone who already has a Minot bot will really not have any trouble updating her for this version. In any case, then, just fine when you are done, we can proceed on to BoxerBot.
Okie dokie. I don't have too much to test here left. I still want to tinker just a little bit with the slide range, and then we'll move on.
Alright then.
It looks like...
Yeah, it's really hard to track the V-trigger balls, specifically, actually. Her normal orb is a little glowy while it's out, but those V-trigger ones are dang near invisible.
I really don't have that much problem with it, but honestly, it depends how you perceive color, really.
Perhaps.
Because for a lot of people, I'm betting the purplish glow of this stage looks very similar to the sort of bluer purple of Minot's orb.
Well,
it's definitely something one would need to train on, because if you're stressed, tracking it becomes a whole different issue.
and that's the real point.
But it looks like this matchup has a lot to do with learning when to take damage. So that will be good for me to practice that particular lesson. Once I get to it, I have a lot of stuff on my stack for Combo Breaker. But for now, we will move on to Boxer Bot, where we have a very simple thing to check. It's mostly going to be a lot of just seeing Boxer Bot run. In his V-Trigger 2, Boxer has gained the ability to cancel out of some stuff into his V-Trigger 2, and therefore our main check is to see if Boxer Bot can do those cancels without us having to change anything. And if he does not, what we might be able to tinker with a little.
Or if he's doing cancels in weird places and causing a mess as well. So I believe we'll end up looking at both V-triggers today. And start with number 1. For Boxer Bot, your goal is to work on your hit confirms, defensive confirms. The points are using a crouch medium to start a combo and go for it from neutral. Otherwise, comboing him from neutral jump, but not after your dash, or not after you dash or you jump or you get a knockdown. Basically not the easy times. And so various other things. Punishing his turnaround punch among them. So let's see. For him, the meters are... He does not get any CA meter. He gets his V meter, however. And that is that. Oh, I have to actually turn him on. That would probably help a little bit. So here we are. Ah, negative edge, my old friend. Oops. All right. V-triggers, one is just the punches, however, so it's not going to make a big difference. So, let's have a look at V-trigger 2, where the real matter is. Ouch.
That does a lot of more damage than I was expecting. For me personally, BoxerBot is one of the bots I use to train my blocking and my overall defensive flow and behavior. So I personally am interested in throwing in a command grab into that mix just to make it a little harder. And obviously you can use
That sounds terrifying.
And obviously you can use V-Trigger 1 if you don't feel ready or comfortable with that just yet. But it really depends how far out BoxerBot pushes himself out at before he does the command grab, I think. He does seem to be able to do it just raw.
Alright, well, if you come up with a solution for that while we're here, let me know and I'll put it in. Oops. Dang it. I really do need some hit confirm time with him. It's not a skill I have a whole lot of on any of my characters. I tend to be a little too aggressive for it in a particular sense. Does this count in the corner? Fundamentally, probably does not count in the corner. Alright, what have we? There is a V-trigger in there. Looks to be a throw, held throughout, down back, double medium kick, and V-trigger. All down back. Standing this time. Alright. Hold standing throw into standing medium kick. Visible. Into V-trigger. Alright then. And this is action 4? Yes, it is. Too early. Gotta burn out his V-trigger. I don't remember how to do that actually, so... So something like that, probably. I presume the plink on the V-triggered cancel doesn't actually matter. Well, then let's have the whole bot. See if I can get this. Light kick thing going on here. Well, I'll try that later. Van, was there anything you wanted to test other than your defense stuff? Using the normal mode of the bot first.
No, I don't think I have anything specific to test on Balrog.
Alright.
I can get most of the data I want off of watching you play, actually.
Ouch. Well, Villian, is this having the effect you had hoped for? I'm a little more focused on actually fighting him then. Figuring out when specifically number 4 is going on. All right. See. Well, I can defend a little less well, if that would somehow help. Although given the way rhythms work, it's not necessarily a thing that would happen. I could make it not happen at all by attempting it.
I feel like you're able to hit his legs a little more.
Well, in that case, the question is rather, is he blocking enough? Because hit confirms are a little hard to do if he doesn't block. And he does indeed seem to be blocking, although I'm certainly succeeding more often on my not very well confirmed confirms. Alright then. Dang, that looks like it hurts.
Doesn't basically everything Boxer does look like it hurts?
It is his style, yes. Alright, well, I can try it again with V-Trigger faster. Ah, that might be why. I don't think it will actually matter. So let's see, this was throw, medium kick, V cancel, end. Alright. Ah, well, let's see here. That didn't hit. Oh, his throw is way closer than I thought it was. Alright. That's probably why I got it wrong. Alright then, let's see here. I think I ended a little too early. Ah, that's what I did wrong. I have to wait for that throw to end. I'm getting impatient. Well, I'll keep trying to put this in once while you think about that then. So let's see here. V skill into punch into V trigger, okay? Oh, that's faster and not slower. Alright. I figured it was a move, but for some reason I thought it needed to be slower. I'm not getting these cancels. So this will activate V-trigger, but not consume it? Yeah. Nope. Exactly the same. All right then. Anything you'd like to see in the meantime? We are trying to figure out an input that will improve our bot in a particular way in terms of being able to do this vcancel. So while Rillian sorts out what might work for that, I'm just going to fight the rest of the bot with that action turned off. All right, what is it? Ah. Then what was off with the first input, I wonder? So something like that.
That looks like the stuff.
That looks like death. That's what that looks like.
Because now it preserves his crouch blocking while being able to do the command throw.
Yes, and he's never going to whiff that command throw for you to punish either. Alright, well then let's have a look at that in the whole bot. Oh, it'll cancel on block too, won't it?
Right.
That's terrifying.
That was what I...
That's terrifying. I see.
Because I use him for practicing my blocking, right? So if you throw in the fact that Balrog can now do a command grab in the middle of his block strings, that is when things get intense. And honestly, I sort of like crouching heavy punch over what we were originally testing out for this bot in terms of... Crouching heavy punch seems like a better thing to mildly get some knowledge on how to whiff punish. Not the purpose of
this
the
is
bot,
gonna...
obviously, but...
This is gonna make me stay out a little bit further, which actually changes the sorts of things that I can cancel in, I suspect. Or at least make it a little more difficult. Oof. Ouch. That is why I need to learn my hit confirms. Alright, would you like any more testing, or shall we head on to Sakura Bot? Oh, alright.
At least against Rune Siren so far, I think the times he does the crouch heavy punch, it looks like in order for her to actually punish Boxer Bot for doing that, she would have to be a little more patient, and she would have to pay more attention to what Boxer Bot is doing, which is technically the intention of the bot. So, at least preliminarily, to me, it looks like it's doing its job, more or less. I don't see any flow breaks from the change in that input so far. That being said, I don't think I've seen him do a V-trigger one. Oh, no, there
you
it
go.
is.
Alright then.
On to our final bot.
In that case, we will head off to Sakura Bot. Now, I doubt I'm going to be playing Sakura against Sakura, so would you like another chance?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Kasugano residents available for it as well. Alright.
That hideous pink color.
Sigh. We have Kasugano residents for the Sakura things.
Oh,
well.
I thought you were mispronouncing Kanzuki Estate, which was
No.
silly of me to think,
Anyway.
given your handle is Kanzuki Dynasty, but you know.
Alright, and then the bars on this one are V gauge is normal and CA gauge is auto. So exactly the opposite. And our player can have both of their gauges if interested. Yep, that ain't it. Alright, there we go. So, Sakura Bot, not a whole lot has necessarily changed in Sakura from the patch, so we probably won't need to change this bot too heavily. We're mainly just checking whether any of the minor little tweaks to frame data are going to cause any interesting effects. So Sakura Bot's purpose is for neutral spacing and awareness of different punishment requirements. So, I think that for best use you should have her V-Trigger 2, actually.
Okie dokie.
And the interesting point is that you get points for anti-airs. You get points for doing the correct crush counter combo, full damage, all that stuff. Or non-crush counter combo, depending. Because her V-Trigger and EX DPs are crush counterable, and her regular ones are not. Then, for completeness, if you can land your crouch medium kick or crouch medium punch combo on her, you get a point. And if you can interrupt her dash on reaction.
Mika does not get much off of her crouch medium kick, except on a point-blank counter hit. If I recall correctly.
Well, how about crouch medium punch?
What, this? This doesn't do
Oh.
anything.
Well, I don't know, maybe you don't get that point. All right.
Oh, wrong direction. Ah, damn it.
Wrong combo. Sakura gets a point.
I'm still working on that new Lady Mika combo.
Aha.
So,
Well, this is almost exactly the bot you need for the moment. Or at least one of several options you have. Did she always do crouch or forward medium kick this much, I wonder? I don't actually remember.
there, that's the combo.
Congratulations, 1 point.
It has so much corner carry though.
Alright then.
Wrong combo.
Oh, it doesn't work in the corner.
It does, but it has a different timing, and I went for the wrong timing.
I see. I think it's complicated. I see.
So you can get that off of her crouch medium kick.
Alright, well. Nonetheless, crouch heavy punch into command throw is probably a useful thing for you to be able to do.
Enough of that.
Well, when you've had your fill, I'll take a chance myself then.
Getting close to the end of the stream here. So why don't we close things off with a classic Karine versus Sakura in Sakura's proper home, since
Yes, usually they would fight at Karine's place, but apparently that went the other way around today.
yeah. Sorry about that.
Alright. Well, easily done. I'm very glad that they allowed us to switch V-triggers from within the training menu. Alright. Sakura gets a point. Not quite what I intended, but I suppose I'll take the point. Oops. I managed to trip myself into the strangest of configurations while I was trying to figure out if I had CA or not. Ouch. Landing that crouch medium kick is harder than it seems.
doesn't look like much has changed from the start of Season 3 on Sakura's release, honestly. In terms of V-Trigger 1.
Well, this spot was only ever going to be minor frame data changes, darn it. Alright then. Ha! My dear. How marvelous our instincts are sometimes.
So we have quite a bit to poke at this weekend. We'll probably look at BoxerBot a little more and release any updates to him at 2-mk.org/bots, where you can find all of these bots. We have one for each cast member. And along with Wednesday's stream, I think we have slight changes to make to some of them. So hopefully we'll get to that this month.
Yep. Busy times ahead. Hopefully everyone is as easy to fix as those were.
Additionally, we got some katas that we're still working on and will probably be done this month. Next week, as always, we will have our Monday Street Fighter V lobbies. Tuesday, we will have Guilty Gear lobbies for beginner and intermediate Guilty Gear players. And I think we're getting close to the point where we are working on a bit more advanced matchup stuff in Dragon Ball Fighters on Thursday.
Still, of course, a beginner's lounge for all of you who are interested in joining us.
Indeed. We will probably, if there's not too much bot work that needs tuning up, we'll be going into our katas next week. We'll see how this weekend goes. If you have found any weird things going on due to the patch update in any of our bots, always feel free to send us a message at our contact page at 2-mk.org.
And we will, of course, post on our Twitter, 2_MK_FGC, whenever we have updates to any of these bots for you to try out on our website, 2-mk.org/bots. So hopefully we'll have something for you this weekend. Maybe Boxer Bot, maybe not. We'll find out how that's going to go. Maybe even something else. But with that, I think that's everything. So have a good night, everyone, and have a good weekend. Train well. And we will see you on Monday for our lounge if you so happen to join us. Good night.